Well, this is the 20th year of SpongeBob. It started in 1999. That's when we started doing the series. So this is a big anniversary year for us. SpongeBob and his friends and Bikini Bottom started out as characters in a little instructional, educational comic book that Steve Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob, made for kids when he was working at the Ocean Institute, like kind of as a camp counselor, teaching kids about the critters that live in tide pools, like crabs, sponges, and sea cucumbers and sea stars and etc. So he did a little comic book called The Intertidal Zone about these characters, and that was kind of the proto versions of the characters that became SpongeBob. Although the Sponge character in the comic book is, I think he's called Sponge Boy, and he wears shades. He's kind of like a cool guy, which is not SpongeBob at all. But that's kind of what got Steven's wheels turning when he got into animation and pitched his idea for a show to Nickelodeon, and just combined his interests of comedy, animation, and the undersea world and ocean life. People always ask me, where is Bikini Bottom? They want to go there. Bikini Bottom is a state of mind more than a geographical point that you can reach with a compass. But I always thought it was kind of in the South Pacific, like by Bikini Atoll, where they did the first atomic bomb testing. Like the name is sort of a joke on that, Bikini Atoll. Or Atoll, and it's Bikini Bottom. So that was definitely Steve Hillenburg tipping his hat to that very famous island location. And of course, then there's this whole fan theory that SpongeBob and his friends are, nuclear mutants that sprang from that atomic testing. You don't want to go too deep into the internet on that, but it's a deep dive. What I find really exciting about the Sponge memes, and just makes me really happy and excited, is that you're taking drawings from this show and moments from this show that were meant to convey one thing, one emotion, one line, and you're repurposing it. You're taking it and you're making something else out of it. So for me, it's kind of like these people, it's like found art. To me, that's just so amazing, to take something that's kind of thrown away or it's already out there and make something else out of it. And that's what these memes are. So you have SpongeBob from the episode Idiot Box, I think it's called, which is about SpongeBob and Patrick buy a television. They throw the television away. They don't care about that. They play in the box and use their imagination for that. And Squidward has no imagination. So he is really jealous that SpongeBob and Patrick are able to do that. And he wants to do it, and he just can't. He can't find it in himself. So that's why SpongeBob says, you have to use your imagination. Rainbow. So now that's been repurposed. So there's memes that say, procrastination. I don't care. All stuff about that. So I just think that's so funny. And part of what makes that work is that you have to be familiar enough with SpongeBob's positivity, imagination, to undercut it by going procrastination. You have to know about one to fully appreciate the other. The positivity of SpongeBob seems to win a lot, like in real life. Bravo! 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 So even when SpongeBob is name-checked by, say, late-night comedians like Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or people like that, it's always in a good-natured way where SpongeBob's the good guy. Like, it's never to kick the franchise in the teeth. And, we're really grateful for that. I think it's, and I think that's all about what Steve Hillenburg created and the positivity of it. It feels, people don't want to dump on SpongeBob, as a character or as a show. They just like the show and they like him and they're kind of glad he's around. I'm really glad he's around. So it's it's interesting. It gives you all this stuff to think about, or at least gives me all this stuff to think about. It's been a real gift and interesting to be a part of that pop culture fabric in so many different ways. I don't think very many people get a chance to be in that, to kind of have a bird's eye view of it and also be kind of in it, but not in a way that invades your life or ruins your existence. So it's beautiful.